All right, well, this is officially day 3 up here at this garage edition. The crane's gonna be here in about 30 minutes. So we're gonna get our layout on the plates. We'll cut a bunch of 22 3/8 blocks, and then we'll get this roof set.
So we have a tent post up right now, but we want to, when the crane gets here, we want to set up a bunk of plywood up there. Might as well do the full permanent thing right now. So we're going to set the full 6x6 post right now so that it can support the weight and handle it, and we're not worried about it.
You can lift up the LVL a little bit too.
Okay, that's probably what we'll do. Get a good rolling. Oh, boom. Toronto's got it. Oh. Right there.
How was that road?
Yeah, it was pretty slick, actually.
I thought it might be a little tricky.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be quick. It's just literally just right across here. That's it. To you? Hey. Come on, baby, now. He's got the throwing DLC expansion pack. All right, this is our last single, and then we're switching to 20 7/8. Ay, 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 let's do it again. Ready? En español right here. 19, 1/4 atrás. All right. Is that okay? Was that okay or was it basura? So there we go, there's our crane day. It was about an hour setting all those trusses. Not too big of a deal. We like to help Keith roll up his stuff when he comes. So we take these pads off, slide them onto the mounts, put these pins back in. We hit that on all 4.
That wasn't too bad.
Not at all.
That last one's a little out of balance. It was weird how they were different, man.
Yeah, it's interesting, but there we go. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some goofy steel stuff up here after Thanksgiving sometime.
Really?
Yeah, for the breezeway. So that thing is gonna be 3 or 4 sets. You can see these little notches in the
Oh, yeah.
So they're gonna sit right there all the way across, and then it's basically like a steel moment frame that will frame rafters over the top. But yeah, it's a bunch of steel, so. Keith is taking off. Some of you guys might have heard me say this before, but Capital Crane is business. He's been booming trusses for my dad since he started when he was 18 years old. He's a great guy. So now we're gonna get ready to sheet the heels of those trusses. Then we gotta frame a wall up there by where Troy's standing. It's gonna be a rake wall. It's gonna go up to the height of the existing garage. And we're gonna tie in the roof to what's there. All right, so we're gonna build our rake wall that sits on this floor here. It's gonna sit on that LVL. And it's gonna sit at this same plate height so our joists can run into that and the roof will come across as one plane. So Troy is gonna pull off a piece of soffit over here so we can get our height and know exactly what our wall height is gonna need to be. And then, yeah, then we can put our ledger on that and our ledger on the stucco wall so we can tie our TJIs into those walls. And then we'll run some fascia and get some sheets on this thing. So we've got our plates laid out. That one's on a rake. We did all the math for the diagonals. Did all the math to get those stud numbers and sent that to Landon. We're gonna build this wall over here because we've got a tiny floor for it to sit on. We're gonna build it out here and get the guys and lift it out there. We subtracted the height of our TJIs so we can run our rafters right over the top to plane with that roof. And it should work out pretty nicely if we're lucky, I guess. That wall's done. Now we'll lift it out there. Shall we stand it and eat some food?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So the window goes out over the LVL.
Yep. Do we want Bailey and Tim up here?
Yeah. Hey, can you guys give us a hand? Maybe lift that end up on the joist, yep. Slide it out, and then once we get close, we can start to stand it. Yep. Yeah, I think we just tabletop it and then set it up there, and then we'll...
Well, do you want to flip it this way and then tabletop it and put that there so you can just...
Well, I think we just... Like, I think we'll just pick it, rotate, and then we're gonna set Derek's end on the TJIs. That's right. Hey, you wanna squeeze around the corner? Maybe we go over the railing, because then maybe we could get it like braced on that little wall there. Okay. And now we start lifting over here. Yep, so we'll get it over this railing first. Yeah, let's go to me first so we can get up higher and then... All right. Easy does it. So we're gonna need to kind of walk back on the studs. So we're just going flush with this wall here. How does that look on the LVL? Should be pretty dang close.
About an inch short.
Okay, yeah, yeah, we can go a little more. 1/8 or so?
1/8 or so, yep.
I mean, we need one on both sides technically, so yes and no. Want to grab something we can brace this with, Bailey?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So now with our rake wall up there, we're gonna get that wall sheeted so we can put the ledger up. We're also gonna start running our 2x10 outlookers over those trusses. That'll get us our overhang over here. You can see where the truss is cut back to allow for those. All right, so this roof has a crooked fascia line basically. So it's gonna go to the full width of the tail there to only 2 feet here. So I'm gonna snap a crooked line. I'm gonna first snap my 4-foot line so that can be parallel or rather perpendicular to these rafters. And then when I'm marking my plumb cuts to cut with the saw, I'm gonna use this tool from Trig Jig. This is pretty cool. It's just like an angle finder. What's nice is they balance this thing perfectly that if I just put it on here like this, it's gonna fall plumb naturally. So I can just set it on top of the truss tail, make sure it's nice and loose, and then that will be plumb. And I'll just double check it to be safe, but it's also got a level on here too, which is nice. Okay, that's actually not perfect, so keep that in mind if you ever use one of these. But I am going to use it to mark a level line, then I can recalibrate it to that. It was about 1/8 off in 10 inches. Tails are all marked now. This first one just needs barely any, and then it's going to progressively get a little bigger the further we go. So these need nails, but I got the layout good. Perfecto mundo! Yeah.
Square?
All right, so these blocks that Tay's cutting, all these tails are 2x10. That's what the truss manufacturer sent us. But our actual fascia height is 11 7/8. So originally in the plan, we were going to use the TJIs for the soffit, but that didn't quite work out because of the truss designs. So we're cutting these TJIs to basically sister onto our 2x10 rafters to get our framing down to that 11 7/8 height. That's why Tay's cutting those. And then on the other side of the roof, me and Abraham are getting ready to start sheets. We got our fascia in and all of our outlookers up, while Derek over here is finishing up these walls so that way we can plane and put on our ledger. This whole section of roof gets filled in with TJI rafters running perpendicular to this truss. They're going to be skewed onto that wall but square off of this roof. It's going to be pretty cool. All sorts of fun angles and fancy stuff like that.
These are the
Yep, yep. $47 and an 8. Yeah, let's try that. I guess an easy way to tell would be to just measure at the bottom and at the top. Go ahead and make it like a 1/4 inch longer, so it'll be like a 1/4 inch out of square. I think that's what it'll need. Yeah. On the bottom, let's do a 1/2 inch out of square, longer on the bottom. Good. There it is. It's beautiful. Yeah, from the plywood, 23. It'll be because I straight up. All right, that is the end of day 3. Now, I'm actually not at that site. I'm in North Carolina doing some relief work. These houses were completely submerged in water. I'll send you a picture. But anyways, my mic died during my original outro. So here's my outro now that I'm editing that other video. But yeah, that's the end of day 3. Got trusses up, TJI set. Appreciate you guys watching and sticking around.